It was just supposed to be a stylish drama about 1980s Russian spycraft in Washington, but these days, The Americans feels very close to home. I'm Devo Brown, and today we take a look at the upcoming final season of the Soviet spy series that's really Reagan-era fiction, but doubles as Trumpian commentary.
There's trouble back home.
What are you talking about?
Something came up. One of our couriers went over to the Americans.
Season 6, the final season.
Is it?
For the surprise!
No one's told them.
In the last season of the critically acclaimed Cold War thriller, the Jennings find themselves drifting apart as Philip, played by Matthew Rhys, abandons the spy game while Kerry Russell's Elizabeth continues to work for Mother Russia. The Americans was created by a former CIA officer, and since its debut in 2013, many critics have considered it one of the best shows on TV in the last decade. But now it has the added value of telling a very timely story, despite being set in the 80s, about Russian meddling in America at the very moment when America is focused on Russian meddling in the country.
The plan was the exact opposite. The idea was that things were nice and peaceful and everybody was getting along, so it was perfect time to have a show that was sort of philosophical and reflective about the enemy, and the idea that the enemy was now, it was a good time to humanize the enemy and say we're not so different from these people. And when suddenly, in so many people's minds, they started becoming the enemy again, it sort of screwed up that plan.
When this show started, did you ever think that it would mirror what's happening in American politics now?
I knew it would. That's why I signed on. I remember the press in the first season saying, is Russian interest in America really relevant anymore? And we were like, oh God, we're not going to go past season 1. And then lo and behold, here we are.
At the end of the day, we're telling the story that took place in the 80s and not today. However, everything that happened then set all those milestones for what's happening today. So there's definitely a very high level of responsibility making sure that we're telling the story the way it happened rather than trying to hypothesize or put a spin on things or angles or anything else.
The final season of The Americans premieres next Wednesday on FX. For City News, I'm Devo Brown.